I want to tell you another fun testimony of when we were traveling in South Africa. We were actually doing this night of worship. It actually was a church service, and this ministry had been gifted this building that was literally in the middle of downtown bar scene, like R&B pumping right over here to the left. You had a spicy house, let's call it, to the right. There was stuff all around, but then there's this beautiful worship house right in the middle. And anyways, it was church that evening, so we went up. The worship was phenomenal. And I'm standing against these doors and kind of looking through the room, and all to the left of me is probably like 15, 20 Africans, which you could were probably off of the streets. And then in front of me, it was almost like this tube kind of tier building. There was all these different multicultural there. And so I'm standing there and I'm like, God, what do you want me to do in this room? Like, what do you have? And I heard the Father say, hey, go introduce yourself personally to each one of your brothers and sisters. And I was like, what? Because, sometimes you're nervous and you don't know anybody. And he said, go introduce yourselves to your sister and brother. And so you guys, I got to walk through the room, and I just held their hand and I said, hey, I'm Candra from America. I'm so glad to meet you. I'm your sister. It was so cool to watch their eyes as they kind of shifted, and then they caught eyes, and I just felt like I was just imparting the Father's love to them. And it was so cool to just go person by person by person, and then in the evening get to sit amongst everybody who I just met for the first time and get to sit there. And then you guys, as we were worshiping, the power, the Spirit of God fell like all get out. And Brian was like, the Lord is here. And he begins touching people and they're falling out in the Spirit. It was so beautiful. And all these people came up, encountered their Father's love. There was healing in the house. They had baptisms of the Spirit. The Spirit of joy was there. It was so much fun and such a beautiful encounter. And I remember standing back at one point just thinking, how did I get here? And how do I have the privilege of being able to be in this place, in this time in history, and not only experience it, but affect all these people in this room. And so it was an incredible testimony of being in that worship house in that evening. So I pray that blesses you.